An experience that made me happy. Not too long ago, I began playing Tekken 8. I rarely ever played a fighting game like this where it wasn't 2D, so I was kind of hesitant to make that purchase. What made me decide to buy the game was all the great reviews that I was seeing about it, and also the amount of fun people were having when the game dropped. I at least waited about a week before buying it, but then I finally gave in, and I played for the first time, and when I did, I just had this feeling of excitement and perseverance. The game was something new, something that I was unfamiliar with, obviously, but I was also encouraged to comply to the new mechanics for me to strive in it. Based off my first game, I already knew that this game was right for me. I was losing, but I still found enjoyment in the process. As the days went by, I just continued to practice so I can get used to the rules of Tekken. Because coming from a game like Street Fighter, I wasn't used to the sidestepping or the fact that I had to block high more often than low. Things were kind of similar because yeah, they're both fighting games, but overall, the difference were well presented to you once you started the game. So I just practiced and practiced. I went from playing story mode to playing arcade mode, preferably with my main character, Victor, to then playing ghost battles against my AI. Through that whole process, I managed to figure out at least the basics of my character's moveset. So I started playing ranked. But playing ranked was real humbling. Humbling to the point where I had to go back to the lab and work on my game again. I had to watch YouTube videos. I played a lot of quick matches and practice different movesets for my character before I decided to get back on rank. Because it wasn't so much the fact that I didn't know my character. I mean, I didn't, but that wasn't the main issue. The reason why I suffered a lot when I played rank was because I was treating the game as if I was playing Street Fighter. As I mentioned before, the mechanics between those two games are completely different from one another. I was trying to bring my skills from one fighting game to another, but it wasn't working in my favor. The controls that made me understand Street Fighter wasn't helping me improve in Tekken. Although I would say that the psychological aspect of Street Fighter was no different from Tekken. At least for me. Losing for me was just as heart-wrenching as it was for everyone else, but I seen it as a learning experience. And that's what really made me improve in both these games. I stopped caring as much whenever I lost, and I saw it as a way to try to understand my character and the opposing characters a little more so I can be better next time around. Once I realized I had to respect Tekken's mechanics without bringing my Street Fighter skills to the game, I started climbing. I started climbing up the ranks. I went from beginner to fighter to then brawler, spent some time in between brawler and cavalry, but eventually worked my way up. I then went from warrior to dominator, and then after that, just kind of plateaued for the next few days. It wasn't until about a week after that I reached Vanquisher, and my goodness, was that such an accomplishment for me. I didn't think I was gonna reach a rank that high so fast. So seeing that, I seen that I had potential to climb up even higher, so I continued playing rank. For about the next 2 weeks, I was just stuck between Vanquisher and Eliminator. I kept dropping and then regaining my spot back up in Eliminator. Those weeks were exhausting because I kept playing. I thought to myself that I wasn't gonna climb up anymore. There were people in this game that I felt like I couldn't beat at all. Characters like King and June, for example, were two of the most annoying characters to face. King would grab me every chance he had, and I never knew how to counter. And June would just hit me with the same continuous combos that for some reason, I was not able to predict. My idea of improving was just starting to fade away. It can get frustrating in fighting games after a while when you keep losing, but thank God I was persistent. I kept playing no matter what. There were times I just wanted to throw my controller, but I still managed to not give up. And then finally, it hit me. My hard work started to pay off. I won again and again and again until I was on my 8th game winning streak, the highest streak I ever had on this game. I was up for a promotion match. A match that was gonna put me in Gairu status. I was excited, but I was also nervous because I didn't want to mess it up. I started the game, and you know what happens? I completely get destroyed. It wasn't even a fair fight in my opinion because the guy I was up against was a Shinru. I was still 2 levels below him. I understand it was a promotion match, but still, why would they make me go up against a guy like that? I don't know. I ended up losing twice against him, and I just got off the game. I was so frustrated and mad they even did that to me. But the next day I got back on. I started winning some and I started losing some, but I eventually got back to my promotion game, and guess who I'm up against? A king. My goodness, I honestly couldn't believe it. Going up against my worst enemy for a promotion match. I was looking at it as if like they was trying to not get me to the next rank. I was ready though. I was confident enough to see that I was able to do this. My palms were sweating like crazy, but that didn't stop me from laying the smackdown on him. He was not what I was expecting. I honestly thought it was gonna be more difficult. I got through that match with ease and finally hit Gairu status. It's obviously not the best rank in Tekken, but It's the highest rank I ever got in a game like Tekken. I was happy with myself, not only because I got to that rank, but because I told myself I was gonna excel in this game. And through dedication, I was able to do so. It might not seem like something to really be proud of because at the end of the day, it's just a video game. But little things like that always remind me that sometimes the little things can just be enough to satisfy your day. Just enough to put a smile on your face and make the day feel better. I learned to never miss out on congratulating myself, even for the smallest accomplishments, because that one thing, as little as it may seem, can be the start of more to come. The act of reassurance that can benefit me in a way to help see the vision a lot clearer. In this case, it reminded me that I have the grit and determination to get things done, as long as I'm dedicated to it, making it a passion of mine. This is what made me happy. Comment, like, subscribe to your boy, Mike Valentine, a.k.a. Trigger Mike, the one and only. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all be easy, stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.